toxic traits to watch out for during Pisces season.
Now that we're into the Pisces season, what things do we really want to look out for? One of the things that's important to talk about is the openness and the ever-flowing nature that accompanies the Pisces energy. Pisces is mutable water, and Pisces also rules the hands and feet. So these traits, as we move through the collective and we step into the Pisces sun, means that we're going to be more busy and focused on what we can get into, where we can make motion, and what we can influence and manipulate. Pisces also rules or is ruled or governed by Neptune. So that's a huge planet full of a lot of expansion, a lot of spirituality, a lot of water and emotion. Pisces is also the sign where emotions and spirituality comes to life, and is also represented by unconditional love in the 12th house, which is the interconnectedness. Because Pisces is the first and the last, I think one of the most important traits that we need to watch out for during this Pisces season, a little extra flavor there, a little alone time, but during this Pisces season, first and last comes into effect, but most importantly is, are you playing the victim or are you the one inflicting the pain? During this time, you may be looking at connections and relationships, especially those that trigger high emotion, to create experiences and feelings where you may be thinking that you've been wronged. But in reality, there may also be a need to look at the lens or the reflection of what's being created in the situation, because you may have actually be stepping into a situation where there's the triggers. What you're receiving is actually the trigger or the counteraction to energy that you've already put in. Sometimes with Pisces, it's hard to know who's the narcissist and who's the victim. During this season, you may be asking or looking at situations where you may feel wrong, but are demanding apologies and just recuperations and just alignments to make situations right, but you're not necessarily owning up to what you've influenced into that situation as well. It's important to make sure that you're desaturating, make sure that you are getting what's perfect for you, because Pisces doesn't really have a container, like a solid foundation or something where there is a boundary line. Pisces tends to rely on earth signs or other things to create tangibility, solidarity, and that construction of things not quite falling out of shape. So we have soak in a bath. So this is also about cleansing and finding out what's right for you. When we talk about toxic traits that you need to drop off or to delude yourself from or detoxify from, one of the important things is also about how clean are your waters. Are you taking proper physical baths? Are you taking that metaphysical bath? Are you around energies that you are playing up to, or you're just focused more so on conforming, even if the conforming isn't necessarily healthy? But are you doing those same things for self? Pisces is the sign of hands and feet. So Pisces feels best when it can activate its heart and trigger its glimmers by doing things that make it feel validated, by doing things that build upon things that are already actually established. Because by nature, Pisces flows and goes where the currents take it. Pisces by its nature wants to go places where it can feel that really feel that harmonious flow, because harmony is also movement. Stagnation is also karmic, is also the lack of movement. So Pisces does best when it is in places where it can move, where it can flow. But it's also important to remember that as you move through waters, as you move through new waters, you're also going to have new experiences, new energy. So saturation is the word that comes to mind. Are you being oversaturated? Are you taking account of the energies that are coming into your energetic field? Are you washing your hands and feet? After you actually get involved in things, are you actually taking the time to cleanse and wash your hands and feet of the areas that you travel to, the energetic fields that you move through, and wash your hands of the energies that you influence or interact with? Pisces is also the season of the villainous Valentine. By villainous Valentine, you know what I mean. Have you ever seen that term on The Sims where it's almost like a soulmate, but the opposite of that? Imagine connecting with people and all the motivations that make you feel love, except you're there to stir all those same feelings, but be the homewrecker. And you get great activations and joy off this. It's not just the simple trolling and just knowing that you got it. It's like equivalent of looking for a soulmate, but you're looking for the perfect relationship, and then knowing that you influenced it into separating and knowing that you have that energy. That's a very big proponent during this time. There's a lot of strong, I think it's, what's the word? amoikinesis or some shit. But anyways, it's the ability to have influence or sway over people as long as they have a heart and emotions. And if that heart does not have a strong mind and free will dominance, then it's easy to sway and influence those emotions just simply because they have feelings. A lot of people like to slide in during this time to offer that energy. And I like to call them Villainous Valentine, because on the Sims, they like added that feature. And it's like so funny to watch, because it's like, how you jealous and you a homewrecker? It's like you creating a situation. You'll see a lot of that energy during this time and maybe wondering like, okay, I thought we had something real. It's funny because Pisces does have the ability. I feel like Pisces just breathing have the ability to make you feel like they're a walking soulmate. So they can really connect with you, vibe with you, and then in the next second, it's like, whoa, like what the fuck happened? I thought we had a thing. So yeah, Villainous Valentine, like I know that came from The Sims, but I really feel it fits here. And I think somebody was onto something when they created that on The Sims recently. So Villainous Valentine, you gotta watch out for that during the Pisces season. Have to watch out for those feelings, because when people are in lack, they want to create that same feeling within others. You feel good knowing you're not the only one. That's the best way to put it. I would say in particular with the divine feminine, when it is not in alignment or when there's toxic femininity, it feels best when it sees other people, especially masculine and feminine connections that are like together. It likes to break those things up because it sees the other divine feminine as competition instead of actually honoring and empowering it. So when we talk about cleaning your space, it's important for you within your own space, both mentally and metaphysically, and physically, to know what it is that you have and to protect your valuables, to not leave them lingering unlocked, and also to clean up your space so that nothing is taken without your awareness. A lot of times we lose things when we're in clutter because we can't notice the differences in the energy to see what's stagnant or what's covered up. You ever notice when you clean your space, you start to find things? You also ever notice that when your space is clean, you notice when something is missing or out of place. But when things are cluttered, you don't notice disclutter. You don't notice things out of place because things are already out of place just by the nature of clutter. So it's important for you to clean your space so that things are not out of whack. Sometimes when you have a lot of abundance, you ever notice that when people with lack come into your space, they think that it's okay to take things because, oh, you're not going to miss it. You already have a lot. That's not yours to take. That's not yours to make assumptions on. Who's making assumptions on your energy? What people are looking at the happiness and the abundance, because happiness is abundance. What people are looking at the happiness, the abundance, the solidarity, the foundations, the security, the assuredness, the self-esteem that you have, and deciding that because you have that in abundance or in solidarity or in center, that it's okay for them to influence it. It's okay for them to manipulate it just because it's there. You gotta put respect on your energy, clean your space. Soulmates disguised as karmic partners. Now, what does that really mean? I know some of us are familiar with the term soulmates, and some of us are even familiar with karmic partners. But what does that look like during this Pisces season? And what does that look like in general?